We're doing this interview. We're in a public place.
Bibliosophie.
Take two. My phone fell, that's just how
The nature of
much
it all.
of my filming happens.
This is how profesh we are.
Very professional. I don't own a tripod, so I'm only ever just putting things like against something else. So, hi, hello. This is going to be a video, by the way. I'm Sophie. Who are you?
I'm Yana, aka Modern Ajumma.
This is the crossover event. So we are currently at Elizabeth Street Garden, I think. That means that we are annoying. We're taking up space. We're making sounds. People don't necessarily want to watch us vlog right now, but that's what we're doing.
There are actually people trying to read here.
There are actually people trying to read here. I'm just gonna mom you right now, right?
Mommy.
Mommy. What is your literary hot take?
Of what? Just
Hot
any
take.
literary
What is
hot
a
take.
literary hot take?
I'm-
What's an author that you don't like?
A literary hot take. I feel too old for Sally Rooney.
Mm-hmm.
I can't relate.
Never read.
I've read all three of her novels, plus the little one that she has called Mr. Salary, which I really, really do like. I think that was the first Sally Rooney that I read.
Okay, and then
And I
they
was
just
like, oh,
went
this is
downhill from
great.
there.
Let's read all the rest of her books. And I did, and I was like, wait, this
Not
this
worth it.
feels the same, but not quite. And okay, fine. Hot take, Sally Rooney's books is just young people going around too shy and afraid to talk to each other, but they really want to fuck. And that's every Sally Rooney book.
I think that's probably true, and I don't think anybody's gonna fight you on that
No,
one.
I don't think that's much of a hot take, but it's all I can come up with right now.
I like it. What? I did not prepare this interview,
No.
of course. I actually do have in my phone a note that is Yenna interview, but it doesn't have anything.
Wait, do you have a literary hot take?
Well, as you know, I don't like The Overstory.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
I think it's boring, and I think I understand that
It
trees
has a
have feelings
following.
too, and I agree. I think he does his human characters, and especially his female human characters, dirty. I was talking about this in book club just a couple of days ago, actually.
Okay.
So it's also on my mind. But yeah, it's a book that I DNF'd, but with only 70 pages left. And it's a long book. Just like, I don't need to do this to myself.
I get
It's
it.
fine. I actually totally understand why people like it, but I just like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Just really not for me. Whereas like, it could be a book that is like, oh, it's so gorgeous and
Right. Feelings. So much feelings.
so much feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you DNF books, or are you a strict non-DNFer?
The latter.
Oh,
I'm
so
one of
that's a battle.
Yeah.
Not really, because I understand.
I'm
I'm
one of
extremely
the-
not hot takey. I'm very conflict averse.
You know how like how people say you can't hate a movie because like hundreds of people made a movie and you're like hating on something that, you know, is a work, like a product of like hundreds of thousands of hours
Sure.
of like passion to make. I say that about books
Sure.
too.
I mean,
even though
it's
it could
true.
be like one person, but whatever. So what is it, like
You
a few
think that,
hours
like-
of your life?
It deserves you finishing it.
Yes, because I'm also very obstinate. Like I will give you every last second chance.
Okay.
But your last chance is the last page.
I am a huge proponent of not finishing books because there's so many books that I want to read.
I get that.
So,
Yeah.
which, yeah, it's, my opinion is great, your opinion is great. We're not gonna fight this one out. I
No
get it.
judgment on either or.
Also, it's obviously not stopping you from reading. I think
Right.
a key reason to stop a book is if it is keeping you from reading, and you're just like, well,
Yes.
I wish I read more, but I'm in the midst of
Right.
the Overstory, and I
Exactly.
have 400 more pages, and I've been reading it for 8 months.
Yeah.
Like, put Put it down.
Put it down.
But you read 8 million books.
I read like over 10. So. Yeah, I read over 10 books a month. So I kind of can afford to finish one.
You're doing fine. Yeah, exactly. Have you not finished any book?
I can't remember the last book that I didn't finish.
What was the last book you hated? Well, I'm really trying to go negative on this interview.
I don't mind at all.
Look, I am very sweaty right now. I have
We're both
a
fairly
lot
sweaty.
of underboob sweat. That's the problem with not wearing a bra.
I mean, it's just a hot day, so
It is a hot day.
Yeah.
It's like beautiful.
It's
So
really
yeah, what's the
nice.
last book you hated?
The last book I hated, like I sincerely hated. I mean, I can think of several, but I really disliked. It's by Jun Yun, and it's not Shelter, which is her first book. It's her second book that I'm like forgetting the name on, but that one was like really stupid. Oh, I really didn't like The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Really
hate
booktube
that.
darling.
Big booktube darling, but I think for like a subset of booktube, so I get it. There are people who would love that book.
Do you think we can utilize these chairs?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much.
And another book that I think is kind of a booktube darling, at least the author I think is it Ron Johnson or John Ronson, something like that. And
I never heard of either of those two men.
and I don't even remember the title, but it's.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I
don't think I like him in general, but he's the writer who wrote like Men Who Stare at Goats and the Public Shaming one. So the Public Shaming one is the one that I'm thinking about. So like, you know, when you read an author, you really get a sense of their persona.
Ideally.
I don't like
him. Yeah.
I don't like him.
You dislike him so much that you can't remember if his
I
name
can
is John
already say
Ronson or
yes.
Ron
Well, I mean
Johnson.
his name, the nature of his name, but just that one book was all it took for
Man
me to go.
Manson.
I don't need. Yep, Man Manson. That's his name. I don't like him.
Mannheim Manson.
I did give Jun Yun the benefit of the doubt by reading both of her books, but I'm not going to read any more.
No, you're out.
I'm out.
All right.
Sally Rooney, I'm out.
That's great.
Oh, Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Oh,
That's her
sure.
name.
Yeah.
I'm out.
No, I've never tried. So like, I'm also pretty narrow in my focus.
Yes.
And I don't finish books, so I don't hate books because I just only read kind of like sad queer women
Yeah.
personal histories
Yeah.
masquerading as fiction.
Yes.
And also just outright nonfiction.
Yeah.
And it kind of always hits, you know?
Yeah. But I want to, like, I can't just read hit. I have to have some, like, hatred in the
I
mix.
understand. Yeah.
But I don't go into it like, I'm going to hate this. It's going to be great. Like, I give every book the benefit of the doubt of, like, I will take something from this. I will get something out of this. And I will get to know this person. That's how I go into everything that I read.
That's beautiful. That's all right. And to have a less neggy note, what was the last book you loved, or a last book that you really loved?
A lot. That's one of those questions where it's like a lot, like
It's
so
too much.
many.
It's,
So it's
I mean,
like,
I
which...
can't answer.
No.
Have you noticed that I have not answered a single one of these questions?
What is it?
Stop putting your fist down. You're moving my extremely brilliant. Don't touch me. Yeah.
What is a book that you hated? I want to know.
There's no book that I've hated recently, or like, I mean, maybe The Overstory I might have hated, but honestly,
That was
like,
like a long time ago.
if long time ago, I read it 3 years ago or 2 years ago, so not that long, but and also if I talk about it, I don't actually hate it. Some books that
Really? If you hate a book, you're not going to talk about it?
or I mean, it basically, if I actually have cogent thoughts about a book, I can't really hate a book. Because hating is very, it diminishes, right? It's very like, okay, we're done. And I can find plenty of reason why somebody would dislike a book I hate, like The Overstory. I don't even hate it. Various books that I have not liked recently or who haven't hit for me have been I read about half of All Lovers in the Night.
Oh,
the Miko
yes,
Kawakami.
yes.
Because it was recommended as probably a good entry point for her.
Uh-huh.
And I liked half of it, and then I was like, I don't like this anymore. I don't like the love story
Oh, yeah.
component. It's not hitting. And I can extremely understand liking it. Ooh, very nice. I can understand liking it. So I didn't like Vladimir at the beginning of the year. Julia May Johnson.
Oh,
I talked
right,
about
yeah.
that. Johnson? I think.
I don't know. I have no desire to read it.
Yeah, and I knew I wasn't particularly gonna like it. Also, I finished it. Like, it was okay. So, I don't know if I've hated... Aside from a book that is truly offensive because it is, you know, like hate speech or something. Maybe if I were to, like, pick up, you know, like, Jordan Peterson...
I don't even know who that is.
That's great. I love that for you. There is a sort of type of book that I went off on a big, long, ranty comment about.
Love them.
Yeah. I don't, actually. I think you need to know your boundaries with somebody. I was texting with Nathan about this. I really like comments from people, and I really like long comments, and I like to leave long comments, but I also feel like you need to know what level of intimacy you have with somebody, and I'm not leaving like a ranting comment on just anybody's channel.
Of course.
It's like the first time I've seen your channel, first time I'm leaving you a comment, I'm not writing a screed. I did leave a pretty long comment on a video of Charles, and who can hang with that kind of comment.
Because you know that person, like, semi-well.
About the 5 people you meet in heaven.
Oh, I recall, yes.
Which I've never read. So but I dislike that concept of book of like, I'm gonna teach you something.
Oh, I see.
I really dislike kind of change your life book club books.
Right.
That's my straw man book.
I feel like those books, those readers, don't really watch our channel.
I don't think I'm gonna be ruffling too many feathers.
And we know this, like,
No.
and
come for the Susan Sontag, stay for the hypothetical book. I also don't read YA, and I don't desperately want to. I think I would dislike a lot of YA, although I think it is very important for people, obviously for like young people.
Actual
but I think
YAs.
it's also really important for full-grown adults. I think there's something very healing about reading YA.
Yeah.
As a full-grown adult, I'm seeing it definitely in channels, actually.
Yeah.
Where maybe you didn't have that when you were 13. I do not understand a Harry Potter adult. I mean, apart from the fact that
nostalgia.
Yeah, but just like, first of all, she's a TERF, so just give it up. But also, even if she weren't a TERF, just like, give it up. I don't understand Disney adults either. These are my actual hot takes.
Yeah. I mean, I get why. I
understand.
Yeah,
but
we understand.
But I have so much nostalgia. I am just a walking sack of melancholy and nostalgia. So I get it. But it's something maybe worth investigating and fighting in yourself. Sophie, you beautiful,
There you go.
kind-hearted,
Human
imperfect
being.
human being. Move on.
Yeah.
There might be some cutting, some clipping of this. Who can say? Who can say? You know. You cut down your videos a lot.
I do. A lot.
I do not. Not because I'm raw and unfiltered, but because I'm lazy.
I like to cut down my videos a lot because I actually, in IRL, I talk really slow, but I want to come across as like a fast talker.
Really?
Well, and also I hate uploading long videos.
Yeah,
So
I understand. Well, actually, what do you hate about it? Do you hate the actual act of uploading and you're like, oh, 3 hours left of this upload? Thanks, YouTube. I love that.
everything.
And
Everything.
also imposing yourself onto the
Yes.
world. Because, by the way, I love long videos. I feel guilty when I have 30 to 45 minute long videos. Oh, nobody wants this. 20 minutes in, out. But I watch hour and a half videos with glee. So,
I do enjoy, like 45-minute long videos. I feel terrible uploading 45-minute long video. It's just
what is that? Why?
It's that whole like, oh, of course, like your 45-minute long video, like, yes, please, more seconds, please. But like the audacity that I have
know,
uploading
exactly.
Oh, I feel
But
terrible.
it's wrong. You're wrong about that. Also, if I don't want to watch you for 45 minutes,
Very true.
I can stop watching you.
Very
I
true.
can DNF you. And you can DNF me.
Very
And
true.
plenty of people do. Also, do you watch videos in multiple sittings?
I try not to.
Oh, I do. I'm definitely watching. If your video is longer than 15 minutes, it's probably in a multiple sitting situation. With glee.
Right.
And as I have said on this channel and to you just now, I do a lot of my YouTube watching at the piano while practicing. So I like a long form video because I'm just like, yep, keep talking. Cool. The 5th book you read this month? Love it. Interesting. What was that chord? Ooh, I don't like that note. Oh, the 12th book you read that month? Ooh, I like that. Let me pause. What was it? Let me write it down. Except more like, let me write it down.
I feel terrible whenever I'm not giving somebody my undivided attention, whether in real life or like on the screen.
That's beautiful. I love that. And yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Don't change that. Don't change that.
So like long baths, perfect 45 minutes.
You like long baths?
Definitely not in the summertime. In the winter, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So winter YouTube people, upload all your 45-minute long videos.
All right. So keep it short in the summer. keep it iced coffee length. I'm currently using her iced coffee as my tripod. But in the winter,
Feel free.
like a nice Merlot in the bath. Do you drink in the bath?
No, I don't. I actually don't really drink that much anymore. I had like one cocktail last night and I was like, oh, how am I gonna go up these stairs?
What's your cocktail of choice? If
It
any?
used to be like, if it's just a rando restaurant, a margarita.
Oh,
But otherwise,
love a margarita.
yeah. Otherwise, like signature cocktails that are like citrusy based,
Love
or
a
like
citrus.
yeah.
I like all sours basically. So gimlet, whiskey sour,
There you go.
margarita. I think my signature is martini, olives, gin.
I don't like martinis.
Well, I
don't know.
respect that because it is just drinking straight gin. So it's basically not a cocktail. It's just an alcoholism. But
Yeah, I
it's
do
very
want a
tasty.
sweet one. So like lately, I don't know why. Like apparently, it's having a resurgence, but espresso martinis.
I've never had one. I have ungenerous thoughts about them that are not
used to.
really grounded in reality.
I had a couple good ones lately, and they need to be like pitch black for it to be good.
Have you been to Dante?
No, where is that? In New
They're
York?
yeah,
Oh no.
they do a great martini, but they also
Okay.
do. I think they do. They must do an espresso martini.
Everywhere has an espresso martini. It's just a matter of if it's
Sure.
a good one.
Sure. I would think that they would have a good one.
Okay.
So anyway, if you want semi-local, I mean local in that like it's in the city, and
Yeah.
semi-local in that it's not exactly in this neighborhood, but actually very
Got
close.
it.
West Village.
Okay.
Go to Dante. Get some martinis. How are you liking New York?
I always enjoy my visits. It is strangely peaceful, right? Like you find these pockets of peace, like Elizabeth Garden.
Still don't know if it's one garden or it's gardens.
And really enjoying it in the summertime. My first time here in the summer. I think that's why I'm thinking it's more peaceful, because I've always come during the fall, and that is definitely not a peaceful time of the city. Yeah. So it's been really nice.
Dope. All right. I think we should. It's enough. That's enough. No? Ciao.
Bye.